It is 12 noon. Welcome back in. This is Three Man Front. Pat Landrum, Molly Conrad with you until 2 o'clock. I've already talked to Nick Kelly from AL.com. If you missed that interview, you can always download the Three Man Front podcast. Coming up at one show last week, he told us who was going to win the semifinals, and he nailed them. So made you and I look smart.
Yeah, usually does.
Yeah, he does. Talked a lot about the transfer portals. A rough weekend for Alabama. If you're just now tuned to, they currently rank 59th according to 247's portal rankings. It's really interesting. All this bad news that took place yesterday for Alabama, coming off the heels of Saturday night's loss in basketball to Texas. You lose out on Cam Coleman, which, by the way, none of us on the show predicted that he would end up at Alabama. He ended up at Texas. And then Hollywood Smothers, the outstanding running back who led the ACC in rushing yards last year, who had originally committed to Alabama last week, enrolled at school in Tuscaloosa, went to Austin on a visit, then decommitted from Alabama and committed to Longhorns. That was taking place yesterday. And yesterday happened to be the 5-year anniversary, Landrum, of Alabama winning its last national championship under Nick Saban when they beat Ohio State 52-24 in South Florida. 5 years to the date, and they got that kind of bad news yesterday.
It's the last day I was happy.
5 years ago?
Yeah.
Yesterday, 5 years ago. So 5 years
How long have
and
you been
1 day
married?
ago.
I got married in that span of time. I'm just kidding, Paige. I love you.
He's really not kidding, but
Those were simpler times.
Have you done a deep dive on the offensive tackle you guys could be getting? Just wondering.
No, because I'm not expecting him to actually land there. He'll just go and he'll flip somewhere else.
Just
I'm
go
sure
shop
Texas is looking for some depth.
Hey,
the hundreds of thousands of dollars he's offered.
maybe because Alabama re-signed Austin Mack and Keelon Russell on Friday, maybe they're just going to run the ball like Jalen Milroe did, and you really don't need a running back. Maybe that's it. What do you think?
You mean the year that Alabama didn't make the playoff and went 9-3 and just going to run that back?
Well, the year before they did, made it to the national semifinals.
Yeah, well, who was the head coach that year?
It's that guy from West Virginia,
He was pretty good. He was pretty good.
the ESPN personality.
Yeah, the game day guy.
Who's like Lee Corso now. Will Lee Corso be at the game on Monday night? He coached Indiana for a long time. He was the head coach of the Hoosiers. He lives in Orlando. Short trip.
Maybe
to
Kalen
Miami.
DeBoer and Sheridan will go down there and hang out.
Possibly so. So really no significant additions by Alabama of the weekend. But Landrum, not the case for the Auburn Tigers. They had a really, really busy weekend.
Yes, they did, Pat. They had several guys that they were able to sign. Last night was the most recent Oregon State transfer quarterback, Tristan Tia. He is signed with Auburn, so adding some quarterback depth to that room. Also, over the weekend, they get tight end Jake Johnson, son of Brad, I believe, brother of Max, who played quarterback at LSU
Correct.
and Texas A&M and a lot of or a couple of other places, I think. They also get a defensive lineman from App State in St. Farrier. They get Baylor transfer running back Bryson Washington, and they also add an edge defender from Missouri, who they were able to pick up, which is a nice get. Those are the ones that are the latest as far as up to date. There might have been one or two. They just got Arno, the kid from Florida State, cornerback that played this year for the Seminoles. But I'm seeing some other guys that they have that are projected to go to Auburn, one being a guy named Cole Best, who is a USF offensive lineman. He's rated in the low 90s as far as transfer portal rankings, but he would be a 6'4", 280-pound addition to the offensive line. And if Auburn certainly needs help on the offensive line, but you can get a quality starter who's played in that offense, that certainly helps.
So we talked about it Friday before he went off the air, but breaking news happened in the 1 o'clock hour. Trinidad Chambliss, he was denied an additional year of eligibility. So a couple of things happened over the weekend, and some things came out this morning. If you remember, Chambliss's case involves the 2023 season at Division II Ferris State, which is in Big Rapids, Michigan, in which he missed due to claims he had a respiratory and tonsil condition. The NCAA says he never provided proper documentation of that, Chambliss also claims he had heart palpitations back in 2023. But the NCAA stated the following, that Ferris State said developmental needs and the team's competitive circumstances is why he did not play. So in other words, he was not good enough to be the starting quarterback for Ferris State. It had nothing to do with his illness. It was the fact that he was not going to be the starting quarterback, and he decided he was just not going to, he wasn't going to play. Now, that is Ferris State's official word given to the NCAA, that he was not good at quarterback, and there were plenty of quarterbacks that were in front of him. That's why he decided he had a sickness. So that's why the NCAA is saying, we're not going to give you another year of eligibility because you just didn't beat the other dudes out for the job. So that's why you're not getting the extra year of eligibility. So lawyers for Chambliss, they are planning to file a suit against the NCAA this week in state court in Mississippi for a preliminary and permanent injunction to secure Chambliss's eligibility for 2026. Lawyer Tom Mars will work with noted Mississippi trial lawyer William Liston. So they are bringing out the heavy guns for what they're doing, hopefully against the NCAA.
Yeah, and I would still put my money on Tom Mars in a courtroom and representing Trinidad Chambliss. But the easiest thing would have been for Ferris State to corroborate the story that's been given by Trinidad Chambliss and his folks. But for them to come out and say, no, that's actually not what happened, that makes it a little bit, the hurdle a little bit higher than it was.
Developmental needs and our team's competitive circumstances were the reasons why Chambliss did not play in 2023.
Yeah. And without knowing any of the particulars, but just on the surface, seems like you were maybe trying to get Ferris State to go along with the narrative. And somebody at Ferris State said, no, I'm not going to do that, which is interesting. I would have thought that any accounts, now telling the truth is telling the truth, but I would have thought that folks at Ferris State would have maybe backed up the initial claims by Trinidad Chambliss about the injury.
Well, you just get the feeling over the weekend that Ole Miss has to move forward. That's why they secured Deuce Knight out of the transfer portal. They also tried to get DJ Lagway to come to a visit. It's really funny, not funny, but just shows you where we are. So Hollywood Smothers commits to Alabama. He enrolls in classes at Alabama, and then he ends up going to Austin on a visit, and then I guess he signed with Texas yesterday. DJ Lagway committed to Baylor. They did graphics. They did the whole thing. And then all of a sudden, he's continuing to take visits after he committed. We're not talking about an 18-year-old kid that's never been out of his small town that wants to go, visit other campuses around the South. DJ Lagway committed to Baylor, and then Ole Miss was trying to get him on campus for a visit. But supposedly now DJ Lagway is back in the Baylor fold to be their quarterback.
I wonder what that number looks like. I would think that's probably a $1.5 to $2 million number.
Yeah, it's a lot for
you
a guy you're rolling the dice on.
Think about a 5-7 team. Was offense really their problem this year?
Not really.
No, it was Dave Aranda's defense.
I guess they just didn't want Walker White as their quarterback since he had to go to Central Arkansas now.
Yeah, that's big for Central Arkansas to get Walker White. So let me ask you a question. Just spitballing here. So last year, according to the Tuscaloosa News, Ty Simpson had a base salary of $400,000 as the starting quarterback for Alabama. He had incentives, got him up to $800,000. So right under $1 million. What do you think the total package is for them to secure Austin Mack and Keelon Russell like they did on Friday? Total package for both of them.
2?
No, I think it's more than that for one season of football. 4.5 to 5.
You think so?
Mm.
See, my question would just be, I guess my question would be, what is the discrepancy, right? Are they making the same amount? Is one of them making more? Because I would think you would have to pay Keelon Russell more.
No, I think Keelon Russell's getting more.
That's the kind of guy that a program would throw $3 or $4 million at. So that's because, see, I would think that you would be paying him
So you think maybe he's like 1.25 and then maybe
max
Austin's
750?
Yeah, something like
Keelan
that.
Russell?
Keelon Russell,
Oh,
yeah.
I think he's more than that.
See, but I just wonder because, I mean, if you're, and I understand that maybe he had the underdog role, whatever kind of thing, but I'm like, you're telling me you're paying over like double what you're, or if you're making 400,000, you're telling me you're paying 3 or 4 times that.
I just
for
go back
Russell?
to SMU money, and Keelan Russell was committed there and what it took to initially get his commitment. But now with the quarterback situation they're in and knowing other positions, I think if this is a annual, we're gonna have to re-sign like a year-to-year thing, then they made sure that Keelan Russell had no doubts in his mind walking away from the table. My guess.
And maybe it's like a Ty Simpson type deal where they're paying him a lot of money, but it's spread out over multiple years as opposed to just being a, you know,
Or maybe
flat
Keelan
rate
Russell's
for 1
like
year.
Ryan Williams, and he wants to be at Alabama forever.
I just don't find that. Sure. That sounds nice.
And then the question is, how much did Keelon Russell make this last year?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Ty Simpson's only making $400,000,
Maybe so.
See, but then that's my question. All right, so let's go down your route for a second. Let's say they're, combined like $5
I think you got
million.
Ty Simpson at a bargain, and you knew you were getting it at a bargain.
Probably so.
And Ty Simpson probably acknowledged that you were getting him at a bargain.
He's the kind of guy that'll give you a hometown discount.
Yeah.
Not a lot of kids like that would do that. But just let's go down your route for a second. Let's say they're paying $4 or $5 million, whatever, for both of them. Do you think that's maybe not the smartest way to allocate your resources based on what else you need? Like, wouldn't you just want to go all in on one guy?
You would.
Because I understand you want the backup. Like, you want.
But
you
what
want
if
two
you're
guys.
all on one guy is your guy that's unproven, which his potential, you view his ceiling as higher, but he's unproven. You still need that. Who's that guy behind him if things don't work out and you're Keelan DeBoer and you desperately need to win a lot of football games in year 3?
Yeah. I mean, and who knows? Maybe they look at it as whichever one of these guys ultimately wins the job, they see them as being good enough to maybe overcome some deficiencies in other areas because they're just going to be that good of a quarter. I don't know.
Because that's a position you really didn't have to worry about this year with Ty Simpson. You didn't.
No. And it's good that you locked both of those guys up.
Mhm.
It's just you hope that, maybe you're not paying 7 figures to a guy that's going to ride the bench the whole year while you have a hole on the offensive line.
I'm just looking at potential suitors for a guy like Austin Mack. And if I was Michigan State or somebody else, I needed a guy that I could bring in that could start and take over the reins. I think that Austin Mack, this day and age and where the market is probably a $2 million guy.
I do
Come
too.
in, you take snaps, you lead our football team next year, we're going to pay you $2 million.
Even the very short snapshot you had at the Rose Bowl,
You look good.
and for him to lead Alabama down for their only points.
Well, his size, the way that he looks on film is one thing, but also it's a Keelan DeBoer and Ryan Grubb guy,
Mm-hmm.
a guy that they believed in at Washington, a guy that followed them. Yeah, I think there's a lot to like, and somebody would pay a good bit of money for him.
He can run.
Jackson Arnold got 1.9 last year, which that's a whole nother show.
You think he got that from Dan Mullen this year?
Gave him some gambling chips at the Mirage.
Some buffet vouchers.
Yeah. There you go. Enjoy your time.
So what about where are you at?
You're
For both of them,
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's $2 million.
Like combined?
Mm-hmm.
that's a steal.
Yeah. Because you're thinking about that. Let's say they both left. If you want to go get a guy that caliber, you're paying more than that for one guy.
How much longer can Keelan DeBoer get by on discounts? Because that's what it seems like he's getting
Yeah.
for those two guys.
Keelon DeBoer might have to turn around and do what other coaches have done and reallocate some of their salary to the roster themselves.
Are there any billionaires out there that are searching for a program to be a fan of? Is there any sort of, recruitment or something we could do here?
And I've got some text messages from some guys around the program, and they've kind of told me to kind of pump the brakes a little bit on Alabama, like not being able to play football next year, because or me being a little bit negative at the beginning of the show. And I understand where they're coming from. There's still 5 days left in this transfer portal cycle. They can sign, as long as you're in the portal, I mean, you can sign guys up until later this season. That's fine. pointing out that there just does not, in my personal opinion, there does not seem to be a direction or a common direction that you can point to and say this is their game plan right now.
Well, I feel like this is a multiple things can be true at once, right? And on one hand, you can be optimistic that they're going to find a way to fill out the roster and find guys that fit what they want to do. But on the other hand, I think it's more than fair to say that at this point, it's been a disappointment. Doesn't mean that it's not going to be okay. Doesn't mean they're not going to be a good team next year. But right now, the things that need to be getting done aren't getting done.
And listen, and it also hurts for Alabama people to see that Auburn had a plan going into this portal activity. And every single day, whether you agree with who Golish is bringing in or not, it seems like they're executing that plan. It just does not seem like Alabama, one, has a plan, and it's being executed very well if they do have a plan. That's the difference. You have one school that looked like they had a big board in their coach's office meeting and said, here's our list. Here's our targets. This is what we're doing when this thing opens up at midnight. And they got right to it.
I thought it was going to be going into the portal for Alabama. It was going to be a who's who running back, and they thought they had him in Hollywood Smothers. But I also thought it was going to be kind of a who's who on the offensive line. And you were able to get and they might still be able to do that. But that was my expectation going in. I don't know what the plan is. It's kind of hard to make sense of it right now. But we still got time in the portal. There's other big names that are probably waiting to assess their situation. Maybe some of them right now at the negotiating table, and the school that they've been with for the last 2 seasons just threw out an underwhelming number.
I'm just looking at On3 right now. It looks like, according to their rankings, of the top 50 players in the portal, only 5 are left without a new home.
Of guys that are in the portal. Now, there could be higher-ranked guys that have not put their names in the portal.
There will be some, yes.
Some guys that might be negotiating with their current schools, feeling pretty good about where they are, and then at the last minute, they decide, you know what?
Because now I'm seeing announcements, and I've seen them from Auburn. I've seen them from other schools, but now, more of the announcements of, hey, I'm just letting you know that I've reaffirmed my commitment. I'm coming back next season. But a couple of these guys, I'd already assumed that their deal was done.
Yeah.
But apparently they, a lot of these guys are still at the negotiating table.
You know who the best running back left in the portal is right now, according to On3? Justice Haynes.
Oh, okay. Well, Justice Haynes, I was going to bring him up.
But who knows what that relationship's like.
Now?
Yep.
What's the belief? He's going to go to Georgia? Georgia Tech?
Yeah, seems like everybody from Alabama's going to Georgia Tech or somewhere in the ACC.
It'll be a good get for somebody.
Mm-hmm. Sure will be.
What does that dollar amount look like? It'll be the highest paid at that position.
I would think he'd get 7 figures, yeah. He's good, man.
I think he gets more than Smothers. Just because it's Justice Haynes.
I think you're right.
Yeah, just depending on how much Texas overpaid for him. But, someone might go overpay for Justice Haynes. So.
Yeah.
That's what he's counting on.
Yep.
When it comes to protecting your home or business, you need a roofing team that truly abides by quality, and that's Abide Roofing. Abide Roofing offers tailored roofing solutions for every need, your family home, your commercial building, whatever you got. They deliver custom work that fits your style and situation. In the Abide crew, they bring their A game every single job. It's always safety first with Abide, and their work is built to last, no shortcuts. There's no compromises. I saw it firsthand. I had leaking in my attic that got into my keeping room of my house, and then I needed help. So I called Travis Lloyd at Abide Roofing. I simply called him at 205-577-7338. Travis came over. He looked at it himself. Then he met for over 2.5 hours with the insurance company and the adjuster. That was honestly giving me a hard time about some things, but he was able to deal with my insurance company because they're insurance claim masters there at Abide Roofing. They help you and help me navigate the you deserve. You'll also get the warranties and give you the peace of mind of knowing that what they're putting on your roof is the very best quality. Customers 205-577-7338 or simply go to their website, abideroof.com.
Chris, Greg, hang on. We'll get to your phone, 450. A lot of text on the text line as well. It's Reaction Monday. We are three-man front right here on Jocks.
Well, the Georgia Bulldogs just got themselves a new running back. Former Oregon, former Nebraska, former Kentucky, now Georgia Bulldog, Dante Dowdell is going to Athens. The wonderful transfer portal just continues to give us wonderful content because another on his fourth school, his second Southeastern Conference school.
A good sampling of campuses and game day environments.
Yeah, quite a difference from.
Yeah, you go the scene from Austin, and once
To
you get there
Lincoln?
to Lincoln, Nebraska, then to Kentucky, you start dipping your toe into the South, and now fully entrenched
Yes,
in Athens, Georgia.
yes, very much so.
How much?
He's pretty good. He had 12 touchdowns for Nebraska 2 years ago.
Yeah, but so we used them.
That's solid.
What if these guys who jump from school to school, they get on campus, and their people start engaging, and it's like, hey, there's a chance we can be friends, but I just want to let you know that there's a good chance I'm not here next season.
Do they disperse their gear, their old gear, their sweatsuits and everything to like their kinfolk?
I would hope so.
I bet they keep it.
Just for posterity?
I would keep it.
Well, if you're a kid like this,
You know, you probably had some really cool Oregon gear.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You probably got some really cool stuff as like a memento from your nomad lifestyle.
your nomad lifestyle.
Yeah, that's what they are basically.
You start seeing Nebraska athletic department stuff with Dowdell's name on it on eBay.
There you
No, we see it in the office. Molly's wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, yeah, I got this on the Nebraska eBay site.
6'1", 225 pounds.
Do you think Scott Frost has any former Nebraska gear?
Oh, I'm sure somewhere. Maybe from his playing days.
Yeah.
Maybe not from coaching.
I was about to say, yeah.
Speaking of Nebraska,
Do you think Hugh still has anything Auburn
Hugh
or Ole
Freeze?
Miss? Yeah.
I don't think he has anything from Auburn. I do think he probably has maybe something from Ole Miss.
I'm willing to bet if he wears former coaching gear of anything, it's Liberty.
Possibly.
I would feel like that would be the one he would wear.
Ark State.
Yeah, maybe so.
The high school, he was volleyball coach or whatever it was. And what was it?
He was a volleyball coach?
Women's basketball, girls basketball.
Was it girls basketball?
I think Briarcrest, was that it?
It might have been. Yeah. Why are you laughing? Have you not read the Hugh Freeze autobiography? It's a bestseller.
It's just, that's just a silver platter right there. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Um,
don't eat off of that.
It's
one.
Monday. We're good.
So Sam Levitt, he comes out of the portal to Lane Kiffin. That's big for Lane Kiffin. His quarterback room's looking good now. Meanwhile, Dylan Raiola, he comes out of the portal
Do it, Landrum.
to Oregon.
Yes.
Oregon. So if Moore comes back, he is going to be his backup.
I wish him well. He
So you
saw
go from
a
a
picture of
starting quarterback in the Big Ten to now being a
backup in the Big Ten.
I was telling Molly before the show, personally, if I applaud him if he's willing to do that, because I applaud him for realizing that is maybe the best chance I have of playing for a very good program and, getting some good tape out there for an NFL career. And if he's willing to sit a year to do that, I'm just saying there's not a lot of kids that would be willing to sit a year for their best interest.
Well, you just think about your body and the toll that it's taken over the last 2 seasons.
You know who comes to Lincoln in 2027?
Who?
The Oregon Ducks.
Oh, well.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Just a match made in heaven.
You guys will forget that he played for you by that time.
Oh, probably.
That's how this portal stuff works.
Yeah.
Short memories.
Well, he might be at another school.
Well, what a great deal for Raiola. If they're going to pay you, what, $2.5, $3 million?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to make 7 figures.
Wear some cool gear.
Yeah.
Win a lot of football games.
Get a lot of money.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Why not? Does he have a girlfriend?
I don't know.
I got the perfect girlfriend.
He's about to have a new one.
She was featured on Game Day. She was the former high school soccer player that is in cheerleading squad
There you go.
who kicked the field goal.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
I think that's a perfect match.
We'll have your people get in touch with
Yeah.
We'll set it up.
I just want these young people to find love since they can't find a program that they love.
Place that feels like home, right?
Yeah.
We will get back to your text, your calls on this Reaction Monday on Jocks. 12:34 here on Jocks. We'll talk to Bill Clark, former UAB head coach, and one of their top wide receivers is coming out of the transfer portal, and a bit of a surprise where he's heading.
He's affectionately known as Strap Iverson Hooks, originally from Pike Road. He was a part of that squad that features and a lot of talented dudes. But Iverson Hooks, quack, quack. He's committed to play for Oregon, so good for Iverson. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yep. It's listed as the 39th ranked receiver in the 2026 portal class. But, yeah, that's great for Iverson Hooks, Strap. And
now, see, there's
hope. I'm guessing that Strap just got paid.
And there's hope because I know you have been extremely down on the Mercers and what was the New Haven
Carson
College?
Newman. Yeah. Carson Newman has been the school that he has drawn into his sights.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people in the Pacific Northwest are probably sitting there going, hold on a second. We just grabbed a kid from UAB. Now, obviously, we know him.
I was going to say, we know he's very talented.
Absolutely. Yeah. See? So just don't get all wrapped up in this, Conrad. Don't let it affect your day.
I can't help it, Pat. This is all I have to live for. It's really letting me down.
Come on. Upside down. Let's turn it around. Come on. We got time.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Who are we kidding? It's going to be fantastic.
But I know. Hey, Greg, how are you? Hope you're better than Conrad.
I'm doing real good. I'm an Alabama fan, and I'm going to make it.
Okay.
Hey, I just had a couple of points I was going to try to make, but I've been trying to get in for a little while. And Landry, I just wanted to say that you did a great job on the Super 7.
Oh, thank you.
I watched all of them. You did a great job. I wish you'd have done all of them, actually. But anyway, there's some good football played. But
for sure.
My thing is, I'm still big on the high school kids coming in. You got to develop them when they get up there. But I'm just not big on all these transfers, especially if they've been to 4 or 5 schools. I'm not interested in them. And to me, you know what, the sad thing about all this is they're making a lot of money, but some of these kids going to 3 or 4 schools and then they move on. They're not going to have this alumni, a school that they can be proud they went to. I mean, and I went to the time I had there, and I wasn't a football player or nothing, but I was excited to be there, and I'm excited now when I still see people I went to school with there. So, but anything, I was disappointed in the North Carolina State kid doing what he did. I mean, it's really not showing scruples anymore for these kids, but they're going to do what they're going to do. But I got a major announcement for you guys. I am going into the portal as a water boy. And I've been told I'm the top water boy coming out. So just want to let everybody know that that's it.
That you're available.
Unless you want a 59-year-old overweight defensive lineman.
What is a water boy? What are your services entail? If people ask, I mean, you just fetching water on game days, or are we going?
Oh yeah, just like the water boy in the movie.
Okay.
I'll come out there and play if I need to. I'll give everybody water. It's going to be top-notch water. But I just want to be able to travel with a team and enjoy the camaraderie of the team.
Yeah.
So, and I can be, I'm not asking for a whole lot, pay for my meals and my travel.
Just some high-quality H2O.
That's exactly it. But I just wanted to make my announcement on your show.
Hey, Greg, we will put the announcement out there. Any suitors, we will send your way.
I enjoy your show.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate it. From Greg, go ahead, Pat.
Is this real, what you just sent me? Would you like to?
No.
You don't want to? Okay, hold on.
I'll read it.
I'll let her read it.
Okay, thank you, Molly.
Okay. From Mike Rodak. Alabama offers Bucknell offensive lineman in the transfer portal. He also played defensive line, native of Nigeria, who attended school in England
That's what I'm talking about.
We're playing chess and y'all are playing checkers. You're telling me this guy can play both ways?
He plays both ways.
In the trenches?
Hey, Bucknell's a really good school.
I'm sorry, but
that's why I let you read
I
it.
think
Yeah.
I think a kid named Noah Richardson. Didn't he come from Bucknell?
Oh,
Basketball?
Did he? I don't know.
Nate Oates signed him.
This is going to be the next great one from Bucknell. Plays both ways.
Adeyemi, is that his name? Dara Adeyemi.
Get used to it. Household name, everybody. About to be.
Blessed to receive a SEC D1 offer from the University of Alabama.
That's the other thing is I understand that it's a recruiting process for everybody, but that's the other. It's just funny seeing these guys. It's the same thing with the Rio Grande Valley receiver. It's like, I'm blessed to receive an offer from Alabama. You're telling me you're not accepting that immediately?
Okay. Here's the other thing.
To go from the FCS to Alabama, you're not accepting that immediately?
So the Rio Grande kid has not committed anywhere.
No.
Now, see, that's one of those type deals. That's when you start really looking bad. No offense to him, but if you bring in a small school type guy,
that's what I'm saying.
You better have it signed and done.
Yeah.
Because that's the equivalent of a coach that is offered a job and they go for an interview, because most coaches now will tell you, I'm not going on campus for an interview. It's like, you either offer me the job and I'll take it, or we're not even having this conversation.
Well, and maybe these are guys that really are diamonds in the rough type, smaller school guys that Alabama's found, and then somebody else goes, well, let's take a look at him, and we'll just outbid Alabama for him. Great.
Because what's going to happen is that once these kids let it be known that an Alabama is interested in them, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they use that as leverage for all their other schools that
Absolutely.
are interested. Look, the Cam Coleman, you miss out on Cam Coleman, you miss out on the Pete kid from NC State, fine. You can't be missing out on the receivers from Rio Grande. I'm sorry.
Noah Williamson did play at Bucknell.
Oh, you mean Willie? Oh, God. Like the guy that's on the team this year?
Yeah, 7-footer.
Yeah, he's a disaster.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the worst player on the team by far. He's terrible.
Okay. All right. We get it. Take it easy.
Patriot League.
Originally from Latvia.
And I remember because that's when you were in at the Final Four when that happened. And
I was just talking to
you were
Nate
talking
Oates.
to Coach Oates.
And then I think in real time he said, "Yeah, I don't know. I think we got a guy." And
He's
then
like, "I can't
all of a
say
sudden,
anything about it."
And then it pops up. Their social media team throws out the graphic. Okay, sorry, bad example.
Now I feel way worse.
Other guys from Bucknell.
That was a basketball player. This is football.
Again, though, some of these guys don't poo-poo some of them until you get to see them.
You know what I told Conrad? I said, why doesn't Keelon DeBoer just go to the Montana State roster and start cherry picking guys, because he can talk that South Dakota and try to get, the big sky country kind of language amongst them and just say,
Or just South Dakota. Why is there
South
not
Dakota State.
Why is there not an in there?
I'm sure they'd go to Texas.
Lane Kiffin's got the #1 class now, so LSU is back again.
Let's go to Chris. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, gentlemen? Molly, how you all doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
Just coming off that transfer portal scenario. It doesn't really make as much sense to me when you think of what Hollywood Smothers did, because you're a journeyman, but you commit. You put out a tweet saying that this is where you want to be, and then you go back to being a journeyman. Then you go back to Texas. Just a weird scenario.
How concerned are you on Alabama and how they've done in the transfer portal or not done so far?
Remember, I'm Mr. P. Keep it cool, and I'm shocked that Conrad is actually listening to me. It's a Christmas miracle. Maybe it might be my birthday. Second thing, I think you guys are being too rough on Molly and her big red, man. Quit giving her a wet willy about a man. She's already suffering enough.
Are you suffering, Molly?
No, I'm okay.
All right. Also, one last thing I have is I have a theory now. Since college football has gone the route more of NFL style type, NFL style type, I guess, recruiting, would you say that maybe Bama take the route of not so long taking, but being, I guess this was brought up, them having like a $112 million expenditure. I think they should go the route of stacking up their bread. If you understand what I'm saying?
Sacking up money? Is that what you're saying? Saving money?
Yeah. Instead of stacking up bread to on the NIL plan and go for the low ball route, and then eventually after about.
Sorry, Chris, we lost you there. Appreciate it. Going more of the money ball, I guess, concept. And the guys you really, really like, and maybe you're able to save some money. I don't know if schools, the SEC level, they can't look at it that way. You got to find the best you can. You got to use up your allotment of money and hope that things go well, because now there's no guarantee. 2 seasons from now, saving up that for the next, nah. Can't do it. 800-239-WJOX. We got plenty of phone calls. We'll get to your phone calls next. Three-man front, we continue here on this Monday. Phone lines are open, 800-239-WJOX. The coach, Bill Clark. At 1 o'clock, we talk with Nick Kelly, who covers Alabama Crimson Tide, part of AL.com. In the 11 o'clock hour, his thoughts on not only one Ty Simpson, but also Alabama and what they've done in the transfer portal so far. No real new news on Alabama as it pertains to adding to their roster or guys departed here in the last 30 minutes, hours. So there is some buzz concerning others in this area. If you just missed it, UAB transfer wide receiver Iverson Hooks has committed to Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks out of the transfer portal after Strap had his best year, had been hampered by injuries prior to this season, but good for a guy like Iverson Hooks to get that opportunity. You have other guys, a former Alabama wide receiver, Shaz Preston, who transferred to Tulane. Now the Tulane wide receiver has transferred to Indiana. So Kurt Signetti getting stuff done. LSU and Lane Kiffin. Looks like Sam Levitt. He's going to be their quarterback. One-time Arizona State product. Had visited, if you remember, last week, left the visit, and it left kind of awkwardly. He then went on to visit Tennessee. Lane Kiffin follows him up to Knoxville, meets him there in Knoxville, and apparently they consummate the deal. So that is the latest out of the transfer portal at this hour. 205-834-9450. We'll get to your phone calls. Let's go to Rick. He wants to talk Alabama first. Hey, Rick, how are you?
Hey, guys. Good talk show as usual, man. But got a question for all of you guys and gals. If you were to grade Alabama's offensive line over an entire season, not postseason, not regular season, but an entire season, what would you guys grade that O-line, period?
C.
Yeah, from this year, C.
Okay, C. Okay. So if you grade that a C, what would you grade their transfer portal gets on the O-line right now?
Oh.
D.
So my question to everybody out here hollering we needed Cam and we needed Hollywood Smothers, why in the hell would you go to a school with a C-rated offensive line and don't recruit anybody out of the transfer portal? It don't matter. You can put Derrick Henry back there again. With the O-line they've got, the production's going to be zero in the run game, right? I mean, if you have an O-line like we've got now, no production, you can't expect Ty Simpson or Austin Mack or Keelon Russell to go out and lay their body on the line every game behind an O-line who gives them 1.8 seconds to throw a football. That's what kills me is everybody – I get those commits and Texas has got more money, but what if it's not a money thing? What if it's they look and say, well, man, their O-line's terrible. Why would I want to play behind something like that? But that's just my thoughts, guys. Just wanted to see what y'all thought. Appreciate the show.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Rick.
I will say quickly, because I know they got the guy from Michigan coming over. There was a freshman in the offensive line class, and people like him. But it just
Is that Haywood?
Strayhorn.
No, Strayhorn. Haywood's the one that they're hoping they could land. But just looking at the depth chart right now, you would have 3 of your 5 offensive linemen were true freshmen this year. Both of your tackles and your center were true freshmen this year. And Michael Carroll got to play some, and they like some of those guys, but you would like experience.
I will say this, and he's out of eligibility, and I'll never forget, we were doing a show at Social Taco when he committed to Alabama. When Vandemark came out of the portal from Michigan State, a lot of people laughed at that. And I think Vandemark ended up being a good I'm not saying that he was, a finalist for All-American or
he was reliable.
Absolutely. I mean, because you remember when Brailsford got dinged up a few times, Vandemark had to go in at center. And so I think he was extremely serviceable. I think what they got out of him from the transfer portal, I mean, Conrad and I were talking about this earlier this morning. I think the thing that's like kind of freaking out a lot of Alabama fans, it's the fact that you said goodbye to a lot of guys that had a lot of stars next to their name when they came to Alabama. And for whatever reason, maybe they have not lived up to the expectations or maybe the monetary value that they were getting in Tuscaloosa. So they decided to let those players leave. The players that Alabama's adding now, those should be like support pieces, in my opinion.
You're telling me Keon Keeley wouldn't start on that defense next year?
Bingo.
And who knows? Maybe Notre Dame offered him a stupid amount of money, but you're telling me every single one of your Noah Carters of the world, you're telling me every single one of them got offered stupid money? Maybe they did, but you could use those guys.
So that's why now a lot of Alabama people are just saying, okay, what is the plan here?